Today I want to talk about why I'm still buying GPUs, even at scalp price, and why it makes business sense for me personally. Last weekend I went to a store which is nearby, similar to what you know in the States as maybe Best Buy. And I did walk in kind of thinking about how many cards I can buy and how much I will spend, and if I get a 6600, maybe an NVIDIA 3090, what have you. And then I walked to the wall of cards and you see what was available. So this store was selling 3 GPUs, not more, not less. So it was in GeForce 1050 and GeForce GT 710 and a used RX card from AMD at a really scalp price for used card in a resale store. So I was thinking, oh my god, so how do I get the cards now? I want to increase my hash rate a bit because for me personally still make business sense to mine even more Ethereum until the merge happens. And so there was no chance for me to pick any card up in the store. I can buy in the used market, which is also hard to get any card right now. It's also complicated, I really hope that I can get a good deal even at scalp price on eBay. So when I look at eBay, I have many options. I can buy an RTX 3090 roughly at 2,100 euros, which is equals to 2,300 US dollars after sales tax. I can buy an AMD Vega 56, which has a really nice hash rate at a higher power consumptions. But I was able to get several cards at a roughly around 500 euros in the past. So I think I'm running now almost 10 or so of this Vega 56. What is really great about the card, if you get them at the right price, the break even is quite low. This is based on the current Ethereum pricing. So I think I assumed a little bit higher price when I started my calculations, but we all know that the market is down right now, so that actually helps when you take a look at this from a business point of view, instead of just being hyped off because Ethereum price is way too high. So then there are my other two choices. Really one of my favorite cards, which is an RTX 3070 Founders Edition from NVIDIA. I can buy right now on eBay at a scalp price of 1,000 euros, or I can buy an RX 6600 at roughly 500 euros, which then results into a break even of 310 days to 311 days. We have to keep in mind that the break even in days shown here is based on the current Ethereum price and the current difficulty for mining yield in Ethereum. Both can change. The difficulty can go up, so you get less yield. The pricing goes up, then you have a higher return in US dollars, which all can impact the break even in days. So it's all very complicated. You never can be sure. Make your own calculations. This is really not financial advice. This is more for entertainment, but I'm showing you and sharing you my thoughts why I'm buying still cards even at the scalp pricing, and why it makes business sense for me even at higher electricity costs here in Germany. So when I take one RTX 3090 as a baseline, so I want to achieve roughly, let me show this, roughly 120-ish mega hash for any or many cards I would buy, which means for me then I would have to purchase 2 RTX 3070s, I would have to purchase 4 6600 or 3-ish, then you cannot buy 2.3. I would have to buy 3 Vega 56 to be able to get to a similar level of hash rate that one 3090 would give me. And you already see that if I spend 2,100 euros or 2,348 US dollars compared to 2,200 US dollars for two RTX 3070s, my consumption is way lower. Yeah. So with one RTX 3090, my power consumption at the wall is roughly 370 watts. And with two RTX 3070s, it would be at 240 watts at the wall, which you also can see here in the hash per wattage. So what did I do at the end? I did purchase 3 RTX 3070s and one 6600. And the main reason I only bought one 6600 right now is that the price on eBay is currently way too high. Yeah, it doesn't make sense for me. So I was able to get one for 500, and I did pay for the 3070 roughly 3,000 euros. Yeah, which you can see that on average for the whole spend for the 4 cards, which was 3,500 euros, I would break even roughly in 310 days, which I assume will decrease as I assume that the Ethereum price will go up. Obviously, if the difficulty also increases, then this could stay at the same number of days, which is still fine for me. Yeah, but this is really my personal decision. Yeah, don't take this as guidance and spend just 3,500 euros on cards where maybe your financial situations or your own personal situation is totally different from mine. Yeah. So when I look at the card and I use here my high kilowatt hour cost of 35 cents, all combined would be at 218-ish megahash, consuming 430 watts. And my revenue before cost, which is in my case here before electricity, would be roughly 16 US dollars. That's all changes on a daily, even on an hourly basis right now. So if I subtract my high electricity cost, which is based on 35 cents, my profit per day is 13 US dollars. And also I looked at here at 6 months, yeah, which is before the merge happens. I still assume it's gonna take a little bit longer. This is obviously, I don't know, yeah, it's my own maybe dream, yeah, who knows, that's maybe why the channel is called Dream Ridiculous, yeah. I think it's gonna take much longer than the first quarter, is my personal view, because you just don't mess with the $400 billion network, which actually happens if you do this unprepared and just in a hurry. So I think that no way for me personally for Ethereum the merge gonna happen in the first quarter. So it means for me that having spent 3,500, or let's say 3,900 US dollars, I will make after 6 months at least 2,300-ish US dollars. This means, and also this means that the Ethereum price will not go up. If it goes up, then this number is totally different. It's much higher. Yeah. If the difficulty would be increased, then obviously my yield would drop. So it could also be a factor which kind of decreases the price. But for me, that's a safe assumption right now. That's actually why I laugh right now that the Ethereum price is not as high, because if I would have done this calculation based on 5,000 or 4,000 US dollar per Ethereum price, then this number would be way too crazy, and you're just kind of tricked into spending even more money, and then you have a danger to spend way too much money that you cannot really afford. So be really mindful of that. You always have in mind that if you spend $3,900 on this card, just assume that Ethereum becomes totally worthless and you didn't execute any exchange, so you have some Ethereum or maybe partial of Ethereum, and it's worth nothing. And obviously then at the time you will try to sell those cards at a reduced price, because the whole market for used cards is just broken down. So this is a huge risk. Yeah, you can just lose easily several thousands of dollars if you spend $4,000. That's the risk. I think you have to be mindful of that. So what you see here still is the main reason for me to purchase cards. Instead of spending on an 8 gigabyte 580 400 euros, yeah, which is used, yeah, as a resource, which is, I think, is mind-blowing expensive, yeah. I did spend 3,500 euros on 4 cards, which are hashing away at 218 megahash right now, and the power consumption is still fine because I actually selected cards that do not have a high hash per wattage, which is really key for me. Yeah, and this is driven by my high electricity cost. So if I change this to maybe a rate that applies to you in the States, if you have lower cost, yeah, maybe it's higher, it could be lower, yeah, then the whole model changes, yeah. See already that based on electricity cost, this is my cost and this is your cost. Your cost if you have 10 cents per kilowatt, yeah. So if you have 10 cents per kilowatt, you're looking at after 1 year at 5,500, where I actually have $1,000 less income because my electricity costs are so much higher, you know, 3.5 times higher than yours. I may look right now all those cards actually at a reasonable or price that makes business sense for me personally, and I will just add more and more cards. Even if I assume that Ethereum goes proof of stake in the first quarter or so, which I personally don't think so, it may still make sense for me to buy those cards in the fourth quarter this year, but I would have to take a look at this, all depending on the difficulty rate at the time and the current market price for getting cards. If I get cards close to MSRP, I have no second thought to buy those. Yeah, but obviously with scalp pricing, they are going to be more careful. So let me know your thoughts. Are you still adding cards to mine Ethereum? Yeah, do you already switch over to LHR cards because you want to mine Ravencoin, Ergo, and other currencies that may, in your view, make more sense for you? So with that, I look forward to your comments. If you want, please leave a like and subscribe, and talk to you soon. Cheers.